Here are 6 things I love about Bangkok, Thailand. Like many people, Bangkok is the first place I saw and visited in Thailand, and it is a strong shock to the senses, to say the least. Many people hate it, many people love it. Maybe it's not your cup of tea, but after I spent about 5 days or so in Bangkok, I started to soak in my experiences and really think about all the things I loved about the city, because there's a lot I love, and I'll tell you my favorite thing about it at the end of the video. But let's get started with number 1, the food. So because this was my first time in Thailand, it was my first time trying Thai dishes in Thailand as well, because I was vaguely familiar with Thai food. I've tried a few Thai curries, I've heard of pad Thai, but there is so much more to the cuisine in Thailand, and Bangkok has some ridiculously delicious foods and Thai dishes that are some of my favorite dishes in the entire world, to be honest. I tried masaman curry, which is a really delicious Thai curry. It's my favorite Thai curry. I love Thai curries, but this one has a little bit of something extra because of some different spices from, I think, like India or other parts of the world, that it's so delicious, so rich, so much flavor. I also learned about a dish called pad krapao, which is like a basil stir fry, ridiculously delicious as well, and spicy, which I'll talk more about later. I tried samtam, which is like a papaya salad. I didn't even know that was a Thai dish, and it does not taste like papaya in the same kind of way. Ridiculously delicious and incredibly spicy as well. Mango sticky rice, I love it. Pad Thai we tried, which was really good, but the other dishes are what kind of blew my mind even more. I also tried khao soy, which is from the north of Thailand, but there's some ridiculously good khao soy that you can have in Bangkok as well. It's like a coconut curry noodle dish that can be spicy as well. And of course, durian. I don't recommend this one, everybody. Sorry, Southeast Asians. Let's try it. But yeah, food in Thailand, absolutely loved it. I would go back just for the food. That was about all I could do for the durian. It was really good. No, it was not. And number 2 is something that I think is extremely cool and certainly underspoken about, is that Bangkok is a city with lots of budget options all the way to luxury options, and you can really make it as expensive or cheap as you want to. I did a video where I did budget travel in Bangkok, where I just saw if me and my wife could spend $50 or less throughout the day. We didn't manage to, but we certainly realized you can spend very little money if you want to be frugal, whether that's talking about eating at like 7-Elevens or eating street food or taking buses without taking other transportation options, because to get around Bangkok, you can do so many different options I'll tell you about later. Some are more expensive, like Grab and Bolt, but they're not that expensive, to be honest. And when it comes to food, you can eat at these really fancy rooftop restaurants with amazing views, beautiful decor, super elegant and sophisticated, or you can go to like a humble food court or eat street food or eat from 7-Eleven and spend like $1 to $3 per meal, which is incredible. I don't know what these are, but they look really good. Delicious. You can also book beautiful Airbnbs and hotels with beautiful rooftop pools and views, or you can stay at like a hostel or somewhere like near Khao San Road that's more cheap and just chill, or less chill, more party, if you catch my drift. You can take little wooden boat tours throughout some beautiful areas, or a little river taxi to get from place to place, or you can do a fancy luxurious river cruise on the Chao Phraya River with an all-you-can-eat buffet and some night entertainment and things like that as well. So yeah, you really can choose your price point for Bangkok. There's something available to everybody, and it's nice to know that locals aren't being priced out of lots of things as well. And also, the shopping options have budget and luxury options, which I'll tell you about here in a second. Which brings us to number 3, shopping centers. Why did nobody tell me how amazing the shopping centers are in Bangkok? This mall is already ridiculous. Look at that little waterfall. Look at those lights. Look at those plants. This is a really beautiful shopping center. I knew it would have nice malls because I did a little bit of research, but I did not know how amazing they could be, especially the 2 I visited, Icon Siam and Terminal 21, because I've seen some nice malls in my life through many countries. Even in like Southeast Asia, I've been to really nice shopping centers in Kuala Lumpur, which are beautiful, but the ones in Bangkok, it feels like an attraction within itself. Especially at Icon Siam, they have this underground sort of market. It's called Suk Siam, and it has like a little floating market, which is a little fabricated, but it's such a cool atmosphere. It's like going to a market in an air-conditioned building. Really cool, and lots of nice shopping and beautiful views for free on the 7th floor as well. Just such a cool experience. And the restaurants are just designed so beautifully and creatively. And then Terminal 21, they have like each floor is a different city or country, which they did a really good job designing. So it feels like you're traveling within traveling. And just to give you a better idea, here is the Rome themed floor, and there are many others such as a Paris themed floor, a Japan themed floor, and it makes it feel like you're almost walking in a little bit of a theme park. And here is the British themed floor, and it shows what Thailand thinks about each of these different countries. Really fun. And you can shop and buy lots of cool souvenirs or little foods, and they have a food court there that's amazing as well. So the shopping centers are unbelievable. I go to as many as you can. I only went to 2 and I wish I visited more. They are like even if you're not a big shopping person, trust me, it's good to escape the heat, and it's a really cool, unique cultural experience as well, in my opinion. And on the other side of shopping and consumerism, we have markets, of course. So markets in Bangkok, they can be a little bit raw, but they're really fun and energetic, but they also can be energy draining because after going through a busy market with lots of sounds, sights, and smells, so it can be exhausting, especially in the heat, especially getting around the city and walking around all the time. But it is a super fun experience that even if sometimes you don't always enjoy to the maximum while you're doing it, you will think about it and it will leave a strong impression of you or on you, which that's one of the reasons I love to travel, is to see different things and different experiences and experience interesting things, which you can definitely do in Bangkok at markets and shopping centers with 2 different kinds of ways to experience shopping.
As you can see, almost getting run over. You gotta be tuned in, you gotta be locked in when you're in these places. Always. How are you holding up, V? That smile isn't fooling anybody.
It's also a really great place to try street food, especially in places like Chinatown and the Chatuchak market, which is the biggest weekend market in Thailand. Such cool, unique things to see and do, which I'll tell you more about later.
Let's dig in. Really good. Sweet, garlicky, soy saucy. Love them. It's not very good.
The 5th thing I love about Bangkok is that there are so many things to do there, including attractions and gems. So first of all, if you're visiting Bangkok as a tourist, there is great sightseeing for you to see and do there, whether we're talking about places like the Grand Palace, which is busy, but it's a must, it's incredibly beautiful, and some other temples like Wat Arun or Wat Po, or you can get some really good views from the city, whether we're talking about like the Golden Mount or the Icon Siam Mall or a skyscraper with an observation deck. There are also more markets for you to visit, other shopping centers for you to visit. You can go to some parks if you dare brave the heat.
People in Thailand, they go to the malls during the day to walk around, not parks. And here we're at Lupini Park, which is cool, it's pretty, there's ponds, there's lots of trees. But what makes it even cooler is the wildlife on display here. And we're not talking like, you know, turtles or birds. We're talking about freaking massive lizards, like small looking Komodo dragons that are water monitor lizards, and they're all over the park. So just for that wildlife component, it's definitely worth it to come to the park.
You can party and like get down at bars or Khao San Road. So there is just, every day can feel like an adventure in Bangkok with different experiences, and I was there for 5 days and it feels like I could go back and spend a completely different 5 days, and it makes me want to go back and get, now that I've crossed off some of like the main like attractions or must-sees, I can get completely different experiences in Bangkok, which makes, I love leaving a city knowing that there's even more for you to see and do. It just pulls me right back in to a certain extent. All right, and if you've made it this far, you've made it to my favorite thing about Bangkok, number 6, which is layers. Bangkok is like an onion with different layers you can peel back, meaning different experiences, vibes, situations, activities, and so much more. And let me get into the thick of that. So just walking around the city in different neighborhoods, you can experience some gritty but charming areas full of character and atmosphere, such as Talat Noi, which is a really cool, unique neighborhood with beautiful things for you to check out, lots of little gems around the area.
This area is definitely unique. It feels like you're walking through these people's like own alleys or backyards. There's tons of like scrap metal and like parts they use for auto mechanic stuff. Really cool and interesting to see. These tight little connecting streets, like this one we're going through right now, which is literally like right next to someone's like backyard property. But it's nice and tight and old, historic, but pretty well preserved. Makes you feel like you're exploring a completely different part of the city, which I love.
Some of the sois are a little bit more tucked away and might be a little bit more like, yeah, just gritty overall. Or you can go to the old city and then you can see these wide streets, lots of beautiful traditional Thai architecture, and these little canals that breaking the streets apart. It's a really cool area to walk around in, a very stark contrast. You can also visit some neighborhoods and areas with some cute, chic, trendy kind of cafes, or visit some restaurants and cafes that are more like rustic and historic, which lets you know Bangkok is a place with so many different kinds of experiences and vibes. You can also get views of the city from temples or rooftops, or you can experience the city from like a wooden boat if you do like a hidden Bangkok tour, which is a really amazing thing that you must do to see more of like the canals and more residential areas of Bangkok across the Chao Phraya River. And you can see this beautiful like golden Buddha massive statue, which a lot of tourists kind of overlook. So you can experience temples from away from the main touristy sort of areas and see the city that way, or you can see the city on river taxis getting around, because just the way you get around in Bangkok is there's so many layers to it as well. You can just opt for convenience and take Bolt and Grab as like an Uber to get around from place to place, or you can take the MRT, the metro system, which is incredibly efficient, it's air conditioned, it's comfortable, it can get busy, or you can take the slightly more interesting, I guess, BTS, which is like the Bangkok SkyTrain, which is beautiful, very convenient as well. It doesn't run as wide of a network. You can take river taxis across different places on the Chao Phraya River to get around. You can take tuk-tuks if you want something a little bit more fun. You know what I mean? You can just choose your own adventure, even getting from point A to point B. Or you can walk around from place to place if it's not too far away and see lots of these little hidden streets or alleys or restaurants or bars or shopping centers or markets, a new one every day if you really wanted to. So yeah, this is what I absolutely love about Bangkok. There's some cities that are beautiful, but they can feel a little one or two dimensional. But Bangkok, it's freaking like the multiverse when it comes to this sort of thing. So that's my favorite thing about Bangkok, and I love so much about it. There's definitely some things I don't love so much about it, which maybe I'll make a video on. Let me know if you're interested in that in the comments below. Thanks for watching, everybody. What's your favorite thing about Bangkok? I'd love to hear that from you as well. See you in the next one. Peace.